So for most of you recreational amateur golfers out there, the big stick, the driver, is such an important golf club. If you can stand on that tee with confidence that it's going to find the fairway, it's a great way to lower your scores. And today we're going to show you the 3 things that could be killing your driving. So the focus of today's video is the driver and the things that you might have within your golf swing which are really making it difficult for you to hit fairways with good, efficient distance. Now, just before we get into that content, the golf course that you see behind me is not where I normally film. This is Little Aston Golf Club. I have to say a massive thank you to them. The Forest of Arden, not yet fully open, should be able to get back out there next week, but this golf course were incredibly accommodating. As I said, we could use the facilities to film some videos, and that's exactly what we're doing. So the driver, yeah, it's an important golf club and many golfers struggle with it. You know, it's the golf club which can really cost you if you lose that golf ball, or that's 2 shots. If you have to chip out the trees, that's another shot. It's the one club that can be really quite costly. So if we can start to improve it, we should be able to lower the scores. Now, the things that we're going to cover in this video are specific to the driver. So they're faults and things that we tend to see which really don't tend to plague the rest of the golf clubs, but they just give you a few issues with the driver. And we're going to start off with number 1, which is just setup. All too often, the golf ball is played too much towards the centre of the golf club, sorry, the centre of the stance, and the upper body and the head are too much in line with the golf ball. What these things really do is make the club's delivery not ideal for the driver. We would like to hit the ball with an upward attack angle if we can. Level is not too bad. Downward is where we really start to get those issues, and that can often start with setup. The setup with the driver, if it's too close to like it would be with an iron, often feels quite comfortable but doesn't give us great results. The easiest way that you can fix this is just to create a good station that I've done here in practice. What I'll be looking to do is get the alignment stick, which is just from back from the ball, just opposite the inside of my left heel, as you can see there. My head position is now going to be pretty much middle of my heels, but as you can see, that's significant behind the golf ball. And I would like the golf club shaft to be fairly neutral. Often we see the club head, so the club shaft lean backwards because the golfer's viewpoint is slightly different. What that can do is it can make the club sit awkwardly on the ground, and then we tend to twist it, we can't feel comfortable. And I often hear golfers communicating with the driver, they just can't get comfortable over the golf ball, and it's understandable because the setup is quite different. So as long as you have these good references on the ground, alignment stick for ball position, alignment stick for alignment, and then you can make sure that you're getting yourself set up there ready to deliver the golf club efficiently to the golf ball. So the second fault, which is quite common, is to see a golfer's upper body get too much in front of the golf ball in the downswing. Now, what that tends to mean is a little bit like we've just covered in that first point there. It tends to create a steeper approach angle. And that's absolutely fine when you've got a pitching wedge, a 9-iron, an 8-iron, really any of the other clubs where the ball is on the ground, a downward attack angle is absolutely fine. It's only with the drive where we really start to see issues in strike, in flight, in efficiency and distance. So if we have a golfer who makes a decent backswing, but they often start the downswing with the upper body moving towards the target, we often see a couple of things happen. 1, the head gets a little bit too much in line with the ball. And 2, that movement tends to mean that the club works a little bit more in front of them. From here, it's incredibly likely that the golf club is going to be moving down and across the golf ball. Now, as we've got the longest club in the bag, we've got the most speed, and we've got the lowest loft, everything gets exaggerated and magnified. So those movements with an iron, like I said, you can get away with it. The driver is more difficult. So what I'd really love you to do is have the sensation that you're looking at the back of the golf ball. If I look at the back of the golf ball, it just gives me some great feels as I come into impact. What I wouldn't really want to do is make this movement where I suddenly feel like I can't see the back of the golf ball. The reason I like that as a visual is you can take that to the golf course. It's fantastic for just something to keep you focused, have a little bit of attention on something without really having too many swing thoughts. So a great little tip there to keep your head back is just look at the back of the golf ball and have that as your focus. And the final thing which could be killing your driver, again very closely linked to those other 2 points, is just a golf club which is travelling too much towards the ground at impact. means that you're going to struggle with strike. You're not going to be using the loft on the golf club correctly. You're going to be probably creating too much spin. Your launch angle will be too low, and you're likely to miss fairways and cost yourself distance. Never going to end well. Now, often the faults that we've just kind of addressed will contribute towards improving this, but we can actually just focus on this aspect of impact on its own. Very simply, I've got my head cover, which is around about a foot in front of my golf ball, and my job here is to very simply hit shots where my club head moves up over that head cover. What that is going to indicate to me is it's going to indicate that my golf club is starting to rise up through impact, and that's exactly what we need with the driver, and only the driver. Every other club in the bag, a descending downward blow would be absolutely fine. So get yourself set up, head cover in front of the ball, work the club up over the head cover, and watch those drives find the fairway. So, if you find that the rest of your game is quite strong, but you're struggling with the driver, it could well be down to one of those 3 faults that we've just addressed in this video. Thanks for watching. Usual stuff is down below. You've got a comments box down there, like button, and also subscribe if you are not a subscriber. It is absolutely free. I would love to have you part of the channel. I really believe these videos can help you play some better golf. Thanks for watching.